everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's Conversations with Just Angie, and it's the 2nd of May, so happy new month. I hope everybody is well. And May is also my birthday month, so I really love the month of May. It's one of my favorite months because I was born in the month, so of course that's why it's my favorite month. And so a series of things has happened that has brought me to this point. So today I want us to talk about skills for purposeful living as professional women. And I was asked to facilitate a session with Pan-African leaders on this topic for women. And first of all, I had so much fun doing the research. And then when I did the presentation on the day, I had so much fun. It was such a vibe. The women were energetic. They were like from 15 countries in Africa, and some I think even from North America, and it was just amazing. And then I thought, I have to share this. It just came to me. I was like, hey, I have to share this with my Just Angie viewers. Like I was like, I've got to share this. So every month, I'm gonna bring a woman on to just talk about the skills for purposeful living as a professional woman, as a businesswoman, as a woman in ministry, just the skills. Because I thought, that word skills, it sort of ignited something in me, like skills. Like, yeah, we need skills. We need skills to navigate the marketplace. We need skills to navigate every aspect of our lives. And therefore, this is something that I want to bring. And then I even thought about it today, that even men, I need to find a way that men can come and speak to other men and coach other men about what are the things that you need to watch out for in the marketplace? What are the things you need to navigate in the marketplace? And so I'm very excited about that. So this is the series I bring for you today. So the first thing I did is sort of like to define purpose. And because purpose can be defined in so many ways, and I've been teaching about purpose for almost 18 years now, I just felt like it's a conversation about accurate identity and vision. So this is what I feel in this season purpose is about. It's about understanding your identity, understanding the vision that God has for you, and it's also about understanding seasons, because purpose and life is lived out in seasons. So that's very, very important. So purpose is about identity. Who are you? But connected to seasons, who are you in this season? Who are you being in this season? Who are you being called to be in this season? What is it that you need to action in the season that you're in? Vision, I always ask, I think there are 7 questions. There's why you want to do what you want to do. What is it that you're being called to do? Where do you need to do it? When do you need to do it? Who's the audience? That's like to whom, and then who is supposed to execute it, and then the other bigger one is how. So that's about vision. So, but I really feel like as we enter the different seasons of life, and one of the skills for purposeful living, I think in general, is continuously putting your vision in front of you and continually interrogating that vision, continually adding to the vision, taking away from the vision, looking at what has been successful in the vision and what needs to happen next. Those are the things that are very, very, very important. And then now, that brought me to something that I'm passionate about, but that in these terms of purpose and planning and skills and purposeful living, every single part of you needs a plan. Every single one of you, you've got to think about the purpose and the plan for the things that you're being, for the way that you're living and for successful living. I just want to digress a bit because I've just remembered how I was called to speak to a particular demographic of people on a particular subject. This is not related to this, but I remember going there and saying, it's really not about that demographic. It was to singles. The idea is that life has to be successful. So it's not really about speaking about the relationship or the particular. Is that I just feel that we should all be living life and living it successfully. So I want us to remember that. I want to remember that one of the successes or the outcomes of purposeful living and successful living is understand that I'm a spirit, I have a soul, I have a body. All those need something, a plan taking place. I engage in a social setting, so there's also relational, and then there's financial, there's professional, then there's leading myself, leading others, and then different geographical areas. All those moving parts are going to be there in what you're in you living your life purposefully and being successful. I think the other one is evolving. You must remember that you're always evolving. Let me tell you, evolving is the word. You must evolve. If you're stuck, go back to what do I need to do? Why is there no change coming? Why am I not making movement? I always equate evolving first of all to becoming, and I think Michelle Obama, she really got that title of becoming, because in terms of leadership, life, family, faith work, becoming is everything. What am I becoming? What am I stewarding myself towards? What is it that I want to become? Because and it reminds me of a metamorphosis of a butterfly. You see the egg, the larva, the pupa, the butterfly. First of all, each one looks so different. The egg looks nothing like the larva. The larva looks nothing like the egg. Doesn't look like the pupa. Doesn't look even like the final butterfly. But another thing with becoming is to remember process, I think. If we're going to live purposeful lives and they're successful, we must remember that there's process. We must remember we need to evolve. We must remember we need to become. So let me go into some of my points. Whatever I don't finish, I can engage because I'm going to bring in other leaders to discuss the same topic because we want to learn from different people. I think the first thing I wrote here is that leadership is a privilege. And you should not forget it. So not only leadership, but even having a role in the marketplace, having a family, having faith, having work, all those things are important. And it's a privilege, and it's a privilege you have to understand. And the thing is, what do you do with privilege? You make it work. You make it work. You make it work for others. You make sure that you're appreciative of that. Because I have a sense that, especially the world that we're living in, we could just go around every day complaining, looking at what you don't have, not enjoying what you have, because you don't understand it's a privilege, that everything you have is a privilege, and that you're privileged, and that there are other people who are looking at you and saying, wow, that's privilege. This person is privileged. I wish I had those privileges. So many aspects are coming through my mind about how we take for granted everything that we have. So I think a skill for purposeful living is to understand privilege and to understand that you have something that somebody else wants. You have something that somebody else is praying and fasting for. You have it. So the first thing is to be grateful and never forget. And then I think also for women, because I was speaking to women, for women in leadership, women in management, women who are doing so many things, you have to celebrate yourself. Because women, I'm always amazed, that's how I digress, but hey, 21st century women are in trouble. Hey, I mean, I feel like sometimes, okay, maybe not in trouble, let me rephrase that. But I just feel like we face so many things, I'm still, how do I say so? There's not even acceptance for me, like in the church, you're still not accepted, you're negated. If there are men here, a man and a woman, they'll choose the man to speak. Our problems are many, but so I feel like that privilege, that position that you have, that purpose, the way you're living your life, the family that you have, the faith you have, the work you have, these are things that you really must continuously celebrate. And even celebrate wherever you're celebrated. Because I remember, I used to like saying that, I don't want to go where I'm tolerated. I want to go where I'm celebrated. And I think that was my season of, I am enough. Like, no. If you don't want me, don't worry. There are those who do. Bye, see you, goodbye. So I think even as women, it's harder. I don't know if I'm making sense. But anyway, I was just thinking about all the places all the ways, all the expressions of ourselves that we're not fully allowed to express, and where men are chosen rather than women. I mean, I was actually laughing myself. 21st century, we're still struggling with whether women should be preaching, whether they should be teaching, whether they should be doing Just Angie, the drama is excess. So the whole idea is just celebrate yourself. Celebrate that you're out there. Celebrate whatever you're doing. Celebrate wherever you are at in life. Celebrate and celebrate and celebrate, because that's a good thing and that's a great thing, and you've achieved a lot. Pat yourself on the back, and love yourself and be kind to yourself. And I don't know why I sense, but don't always be striving for the next thing. Take time to enjoy this thing, this stage, this season. It's like when children are growing. Hey, you're like, these children, will they ever leave? When they leave, now it's a problem. Like, oh, we need the children. That's what like now when we start looking for grandchildren, because we sometimes don't learn to enjoy what we have. I saw something the other day that's saying, it's so amazing when you can hold your children in your hands and you can cuddle them. And you should enjoy that because it's going to get to a point where they don't want the cuddles, number one. Maybe they're too big to be cuddled. I think all that is to say, whatever you're doing in life right now, whatever you're going through, remember it's a privilege, it's a grace. Remember somebody else wants to be you. I'm telling you, there are so many people who want to be you, and you have the privilege of being you, and therefore you should enjoy it. I really felt I needed to say that. Then I think the second thing I want to say in terms of skills for purposeful living, and especially as women, this one especially as women as well, is invest in yourself as you invest in others. You see, what naturally comes to us, as women, is to nurture and to take care of everybody else. But then again, on this 57-year-old journey of mine, the one thing that I'm seeing that's making me very sad is very many bitter women. Women who made choices that were about everybody else, and they didn't make a choice about and for themselves. And it's really sad, because you see, the thing with life is moving. That's it. Life is moving, and time is moving, and it gets to a place where now I don't want you to get to a place where you only have regrets, because time is gone. Time has passed. And I find that a lot with women. They invest in everyone. And I know this statement, I think I'm going to, can I trademark a statement? I think, or make it my quote, because it's my quote. I got this revelation as I've been having seminars and trainings on women rising in the marketplace. That very many times, women choose other things. For example, they'll choose their spouse, they'll choose their marriage, they'll choose their children, they could choose the organization that they're working for. They'll choose other things over themselves. But the tragedy is that those things don't always choose them back. Let me tell you, the day God gave me that revelation, the day I wrote it all, I wept. Because that's the truth. So what I'm trying to say, you could be in your 50s, you could be in your 60s, you could be in your 20s, you could be in your 30s. Invest in yourself, even as you invest in others. Because I think it naturally comes to us to invest in other people. It naturally comes to us to nurture others, to take care of others, to be more responsible, to go over our call of duty for responsibility. It just comes naturally. So I can't say stop. But I can say, as you invest in others, as you build others, as you choose others, to remember to choose yourself. And I'm sure we're going to do a deep dive into unpacking that, because there's so many ways you could choose yourself, If you need to go to school, go to school. Don't say I can't go to school because of the children. These very children will one day say bye. So yes, I'm understanding there's a balance, there's love and family, and this is important. These are important values. I think even as I think about it now, I think one of the greatest gifts God gave me is that I was able to be home for Althea. I think from age 10, I was there because I went into full-time ministry. So, but that's such a gift. But then again, still in that, I was doing things that build me, that bless me, the things I needed to do where I still did, even if I was spending time with her. So let's do that. And then also, I think this one, if you choose all those things and you make a choice, any choice, and you see everybody has the right to make any choice, you make your choice. But when you make your choice, understand or look at the consequences of that choice, and then you can't get bitter, you can't get angry, you can't get annoyed when time has gone past. You have to understand, this is my choice. I made this choice, and therefore I'm going to stick to this choice. I'm going to be happy with this choice. These are the things that I can do with my choice. Just do that. But don't allow bitterness to creep in, or regret, And then the other thing with regret, I kept thinking of Caleb. Even when he was 80, he said, give me this mountain. So as long as you have life in you, there are things that you can do, but you've got to make those decisions. You've got to make those decisions, and you've got to make an investment in yourself. It could be, choosing yourself could be to say no. Choosing yourself could be, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. Or I don't want to do that. Or I don't want to be where I don't have to be. Or choosing rest, because we don't even rest. Choosing yourself could be going on leave. Maybe you've been in this organization for so long, you don't go on leave. You're so gifted, because sometimes gifting can be so, what's the word? English is failing me these days. But gifting can cause you more problems, because if you're so gifted, then you're the person who everybody chooses, gives all the assignments, so you're overwhelmed. Then you're so gifted that apparently the department cannot do without you, which is not true, because God forbid, if you pass on into the next world, you will not be here. And people are going to have to cope. People are going to have to move on. They will. They don't have a choice. So that's the word, indispensable. You cannot be indispensable. I was going to say, it's not English. Create dispense. Don't be indispensable. Do something. But you've got to go on leave. You've got to rest. You've got to have a spa day. And then every time I say to women to have a spa day, I say, please. It is not the spa day with the entire world. That is not the point. The point in choosing yourself is also to spend time by yourself. Which is a good thing, because another thing in this leadership journey of training leaders, I have found that people don't like to be alone with their own thoughts and their own processes. And it's not a good thing. Why? Sit and think, what is it about? It's my life. Yeah, what's my life? I'm living my best life now. It's your life. Think about it. Interrogate it. How will you know that you're not investing in yourself, you're investing in others? You have to sit down and interrogate. You have to sit down and reflect. You have to sit down and ask yourself the right questions. You have to be alone with your thoughts. You need to take, especially people who are self-employed, by the way, anyone can. You can say, this is every Wednesday afternoon, I'm not here. And you're not. I liked one of my bosses who she would get home, and when she gets home, nobody's allowed to talk to her, especially this is for the kids, for the first, I think, 1 hour. So she can just distress, decompose, just decompose, just, distress, just calm down and relax. And I loved the children. I love children. They had a timer. At exactly when the timer rings, they are at the door. It's time now, it's our time. It's the problem with children. But I love that even she had this thing, like when I get home after work for 1 hour, no, I don't want. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not engaging anybody. I'm not answering any questions. I just want to be by myself. That's great. If it's to go to take a spa day, take a spa day. If it's take an afternoon, if it's take an afternoon walk or drive, or just to do something that's about you. When is the last time you did something about you? I'll end by saying, because I have to leave now, but I saw a meme also about a woman who was saying, she was much older then, I think about her 80s, and she was saying she wishes she could be on the dance floor one last time because her legs are too weak to carry her on the dance floor. Hey, life, people, we must live this life. Invest in yourself. Choose yourself. Choose, if you're not going to choose yourself, because I can hear the arguments, sometimes I hear the arguments. If you're not going to choose yourself, then choose wisely and stick to the choices that you have made. But I think when I listen to older people, dance more, laugh more, love more, dare more, stop fearing, go do something different. Be different. And the demands, I'm seeing women, life is demanding, pulling from every direction. If you're a mother, it's pulling. If you're a wife, it's pulling. If you're working in the marketplace, it's pulling. If you have a business, it's pulling. If you're running a ministry, it's pulling. Everything, everywhere is pulling at you. So what is it that you need? What is it that you want to do? Do you even know what you want? I remember somebody, I know it's just flashed in my mind. That must have been a movie. Where people ask, what do you like? What's your favorite color? You don't know. What's your favorite food? You don't know. Hey, what do you know about you? Discover you. Huh? Every time I think I do this one, I keep saying I'm going to end with this one, but when I go on holiday, I like to go on holiday alone. And it disturbs Kenyans. First of all, let me say Kenyans, because me, I'm a Kenyan, so I'm usually hanging out with Kenyans. It disturbs them, but okay, some just stare, like, what's up with her? Then I like the brave ones who are nice. You see, Kenyans are very kind. They come and they say, excuse me, are you okay? Yes. Would you like to join us? No. No always shocks them because we must always be in vikundis. No, I'm alone with my thoughts. They actually make me feel uncomfortable. I'm okay. I just want to sit and eat by myself and I don't talk. And if I go somebody's have something, I don't want to talk. Then, or now I'm not being polite. The drama is excess. No, I'm going alone. Let me go alone. But it disturbs other people. It makes them uncomfortable. Like, why are you alone? Don't sit here alone. Come and sit. No, I don't want to talk. And I love people watching. I tell you too much about myself, but I'm telling you, I can people watch for 4 hours. I just love it. Create stories about people. That one is not this. Sometimes I start praying. There's a time I went to a club. You see now the stories I tell you. I went to a club, I think twice. Hey, Jehovah. I was there interceding. Not only just people watching say, hey, 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 hey. That is definitely not his wife. And this one, so now I'm in the club. I'm praying now. Hey, Father, you need to come here. No one came here. This one. Because I want people watch and pray and create stories in my head, and I just love it. Anyway, the whole idea, where were we? Imagine that's only point number 2. But it's okay, we have the whole of this year, because this year we are going to live purposefully, we are going to live successfully, we are going to have the time of our lives, and we're going to start making turning around decisions. Because life is going this way, you probably want it to go this way. We are going to make sure we are going this way. And we're going to make sure if you choose, whatever lane and direction you choose, then you stay there and you're happy there, joyful in your circumstances. I'm so grateful that you've listened to me. I'm so excited about this. I had like 30 points. So that's point number 2 to endelea. And then, like I said, I've invited different female leaders, but I'm also going to invite male leaders so that they have the conversation on how do we live more purposefully, more successfully, with more happiness in this dash that God has given us. God bless. Bye-bye.